Welcome back to Studio Chatter. How we approach every situation in life is dictated by our past experiences. Our next guest helps others to break through personal limitations and is now helping those that can't help themselves in Ukraine. Let's welcome Louise Vega, the Executive Director of the Krohn Breakthrough Foundation, to the conversation.
Ooh,
welcome.
Natasha. Yes, ladies, thank you so
glad
much.
to have you here.
A pleasure. Thank you for having me.
We could go on for a long time.
I know. I don't know that we're going to have enough time to get through everything we want to talk about.
Let's start with your foundation. Touch base a little bit about what is your foundation.
Yes, so the Krohn Breakthrough Foundation has two missions. The first one is to change lives through breakthrough. Breakthrough for us is what it sounds like, but it's a mental mindset, emotional intelligence breakthrough that we help certain pillars in the community, education, family, and communities, to identify limited beliefs. People are stuck in life with something that they feel has wronged them, has helped them. There's a victimhood mentality, and it's held them back all their life. And what we do is help identify it, peel back the onion layer, replace it with a new belief for your highest and best self, and then an actionable plan to execute and move forward to realize your full purpose. So we go out and do that for free for the community, especially for the youth, right? They're tomorrow's leaders.
I was going to say, this sounds like something I need to pep talk my kids. Okay, off the video games today.
And then our second mission or second objective would be a humanitarian effort. We said, how can we take breakthrough to the world where there's people struggling in across the world in these different, humanitarian crises? Right. And of course, the forefront right now and centerfold for us is Ukraine.
So tell us what you do there in Ukraine. That's so interesting.
2 weeks ago, we just got back from our second humanitarian mission in Ukraine. What we did is we decided as a board, we have our founders, Chris and Crone. They are amazing individuals who not only give their time, talent, and treasure, but they say, we'll roll up our sleeves and we're going to go there with you in Ukraine, Louise, because it's important that those that need help over there, the most vulnerable, take away politics, take away all of that. War came to innocent people's doorstep.
Right.
And they are hurting right now for electricity, water, food, right? The basic human necessities. And we decided we want bottom-up solutions to work with, to cut out the middleman so that our donor dollars, we honor their intent by saying, we're taking your donor dollars to the end user, the Ukrainians, ourselves. We'll be the delivering. So we've gone to Ukraine and we've gone into Donetsk all the way to the front lines. There's risk involved. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was the most impactful moment of my life to be out there.
Wow.
But we've extracted 15 of the most vulnerable, elderly couples, out of a place called Bakhmut, in a village that was in bombardment from Russian artillery, indirect fire. And I guess to summarize is that our volunteers, who are also our donors, went in there, and we have a team on the ground, a partnership, because we work with an organization called the Mozart Group, and they specialize in extraction missions.
Okay.
And so we take them out of harm's way and bring them into a safe house with food, water, shelter. And to see these old elderly couple who lost everything. And we have like basic, I would say, food and snacks, and they're shoveling things into their purse and into their pockets because they don't know when their next meal's gonna come, because they've been counting days on their cellar door while their apartment on top is getting bombarded by missiles. So
and they can't go anywhere because, so how hard is it to get them out? Is this?
There's a network. They're the forgotten right now, because what happened is Ukraine was a forefront in the media for a bit, and occasionally it pops up again when there's talk of nuclear war. But truly, besides the politics of it, we said, this is the largest humanitarian crisis since World War II. How can we have the most direct impact? Well, we have to not just say, here is, write a check and say, here is, and please go forth and conquer. For us, it's like, let's go there with you, and in partnership, who needs our help? So women and children that stayed on the front in the hopes that they either would be liberated, or they got nothing left and it's their only home, their sanctuary, and they said, I'm not leaving. There's a pride in the Ukrainians that's very admirable, for sure. But when the bombs start hitting, they throw out a local network that says, we need saving, world help us. And for us, we said, let's be that calling. Let's be the people that will go in there, work with, we don't work with the military, we work with an NGO, a local NGO that has a network. We do a lot of risk mitigation, a lot of different layers of security, because we're completely humanitarian. And we go in and we extract those civilians in Sprinter vans, Mercedes Sprinter vans, that are hiding under trees as there's bombardment. And when we fill them, we take them back. Sorry to be long-winded, but the last thing I'll say is the biggest sanctuary I've ever had, a sacred place for me, is an old rusty motel in Bakhmut, because we took them there and these people had freedom and had a taste of not just the gratitude and safety that they're okay, but it gave me hope and I guess I'd say fulfillment to keep on doing what we're doing with the Krohn Breakthrough
that would be
Foundation.
so
Yeah.
deeply satisfying just to witness that in person.
Yeah. Well, we offered that to our supporters, our those that, when you join the Krohn Breakthrough Foundation, you have two things. You literally have a breakthrough, and what that means for us is a paradigm shift in your mental mindset, emotional intelligence, basically self-healing. Everyone today, all three of you, there's something that needs to heal in your past, and you haven't addressed it. You've either buried it in your high functioning, or you're depressed and you put on the mask, right?
So you helped them kind of uncover that, and you were saying like pull those layers back and
Yes. We have breakthrough coaches. And what that means for us is they're just individuals that we have a 9-step model, but long story short is it's a one-on-one. We put you in the driver's seat. I'm a veteran. When I came into this organization, I buried a lot of stuff from my service, you know? Precious things are taken from soldiers. And for 10 years, I struggled. And Breakthrough, I've gone, by the way, you know, I'm a high proponent of mental health and anti-suicide awareness. And what Breakthrough did for me with the foundation was what the VA and therapists couldn't do was put me in the driver's seat of my own healing, right?
yeah, let you kind of guide that, but help you along the way and be a support, right?
100%. And that's what we do for individuals. And we do that for those in country, although in country, meaning our humanitarian effort, it is a bit more sensitive, right? They're going through a war zone. We help orphans in Ukraine as well. There's the extraction portion, and then there's a humanitarian aid with orphans over there. So it is the most impactful work that we can do in this crisis right now.
Well, you hear this story, you know, and it seems like such a world away, but you've had boots on the ground. And we hear those stories and want outreach to help, you know. So how do we get involved?
Yeah, well, so you could find us a few ways. If you just put in KrohnBreakthrough.org, that's our website. Social media, which also is our vehicle for letting everyone know when you come with us, we're virtually going to take you to Ukraine. And there's OPSEC, operational security, that we can't post. And there's other things that we post while we're there to show you exactly what we're doing. And so anything at Krohn Breakthrough is for Instagram, for Facebook, and TikTok is at Krohn Breakthrough. You can find us there. And if you reach out, we need the support. We need the help for the abandoned, for the forgotten, and for the most vulnerable in Ukraine. Like we're going back in March. We will not forget you. This was not a one-time injection. So it's long-term value add. Yeah.
That is amazing. I
know,
love your stories. I'm like, oh, I'm ready to. I want to go there. Part of me, I have a friend.
Let's go.
I have a friend that's there, and he posts on social media and tells like, well, here's a picture. He posted a picture of one of his friends who owned a business there, and they bombed the business, and she was obviously in it and gone. And
when missiles hit, we were there in the heart of Kiev at first, and these donors are from everywhere across the United States, and they've also sacrificed their time, talent, and treasure. Again, we mitigate risk, but you can only do so much over there.
right.
And we are getting ready for our missions to do humanitarian efforts. And then all of a sudden we're at dinner, and by the way, the resiliency of the Ukrainian people, like they're trying to live their day-to-day life when war is at their doorstep, and all of a sudden the air sirens come on. And from me in the military, I know we have about 5 to 7 minutes before a missile hits from when it's detected in the anti-air dome. And the bravery in the volunteers that came with us that hadn't been in a warfare environment, that we couldn't do nothing but wait underneath like the stairway cellar until the missile cleared. And they were resolved to say, it's more important now than ever that like, for them is legacy and so much that what will happen for all of us when our grandchildren say, when the world said, help us, and in the history books they say, Russia invaded this, what were you doing? Now, we all help in our own way, but for us, we said we're taking action.
Yeah.
We're having direct impact. And we hope that we continue to do so.
Well, I love that that's, you know, whatever you are teaching other people, you're doing it yourself. And I think that is so awesome.
Well, it's empowering others like you, patriots,
Yep.
right? Like, or anybody
Yep.
that is like,
You're not just doing the talk, you're walking the
yeah,
walk.
that's what we want. That's the different approach we want.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
inspiring.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Stacey.
thanks for
Thanks for your
doing
message.
this. This
Yeah.
is impactful. We'll look into seeing what we can do.
Appreciate you all.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
There's more studio chatter coming up.